So if we can start with, you can introduce yourself for me?
Hi, I'm Elizabeth Beakley, and I own Two Tarts Bakery in Portland, Oregon.
Tell me how the Two Tarts Bakery came to be.
Oh, my sister and I had an entire block's worth of imaginary business names that we used to joke about, and Two Tarts was one of them. The rest are maybe a little more ribald, shall we say? But when we decided to open a bakery, we thought that would be a great name for a small cookie company. So we don't actually make tarts, we just make pint-sized cookies, but we are the tarts, so to speak.
And I'm looking at these cookies, and they are incredibly cute, and they are really bite-sized. There are maybe 3 bites to this thing you call the French macaroon.
Yeah, the Parisian macaroons.
Parisian macaroons. Almond, blueberry.
Yeah, we talk a lot about 2-bite cookies, things that you can just have a little taste of, and how nice it is. If you want a second one or a third one, you can, but if you just want a little something sweet to satisfy a craving, it's a great way to enjoy something that's fairly wholesome too.
So the idea of everything big in the United States, and this is just kind of taking a step back. And
yeah, we really feel as though our need for things that are very large or ostentatious has gotten us in a lot of trouble in this country in many ways, and we really like the idea of going back to having something small that is a part of a balanced lifestyle.
So tell me, because we've already been introduced to the almond blueberry macaroon. Let's just go down the line and tempt people's palates here on the final day of the farmers market.
Last day of farmers market. So these are our cappuccino creams, and they're espresso shortbread with cinnamon buttercream. And my sister and I have been making those for over 20 years.
So some of these things have been hatching for quite a while.
They have been. The whole business had been hatching for a long, long time before we got up the gumption to do it.
Yeah, it's just leaping out into the big unknown in a sense.
Exactly.
So now going on.
And this is a very classic chocolate chip cookie that's made with the finest sea salt called fleur de sel. It's from northern France, and it's hand raked. And the idea of having a little bit of salt with chocolate is it's a magical flavor combination. And it's been sort of in vogue in the pastry world for a number of years now, and we love it. It's still one of my favorite cookies to eat.
Here in the early morning hours of farmers market, my mouth is just watering. I'm going to have to try to restrain myself. And then these little swirls.
These are a classic Jewish pastry called rugala, and these are made with fresh farmers market pear, and we make a little pear butter using fresh honey from farmers market, pears from farmers market, and these are in a little crescent-shaped cookie. And these are chocolate cheesecake brownies. We have to have a brownie in there somewhere, and it changes pretty frequently, but these ones are the standard, just super dark and rich.
Yeah. And then back to
another food field. Yeah, during the height of the season, we really like to use as much fresh produce as we can, and so we're getting toward the tail end of the blackberry season, and we make fresh blackberry buttercream while the blackberries are in season, and this is sandwiched between 2 vanilla bean shortbread.
Who comes up with these ideas?
Oh,
this looks
yeah, lots more where that came from. And these look really healthy and taste really healthy. They're really great thick cut graham crackers that we make, also with local market honey. And those are half dipped in some dark chocolate.
And then Little Mamas.
Little Mamas. These are a sweet cookie. They're one of my customers calls them Oreos on steroids, and they're just a super ultra dark chocolatey wafer filled with fresh buttercream that has vanilla bean in it. And they were named because one of my employees that we had a nickname for, her name is Little Mama. She came in and wanted to make an Oreo type cookie, and she came up with the recipe.
And there it is. I just heard the opening bell ring. Are you going to be heading out to other farmers markets for the rest of...
Oh, not today. I'm here. So,
yeah, but here you are on Monday, but this being the last one for the square.
Yeah.
Where do we find you?
You can also find us on Wednesdays at Szymanski Park downtown, Saturday at PSU, and there's one more Thursday in Northwest that's at 19th and Everett.
So I know I'm going to be luring a lot of people to your cookies today.
Thanks.
And these look like peanut butter.
These are peanut butter creams. They're just a really simple peanut butter sandwich cookie with a little drizzle of chocolate.
And moving on to the classic lemon bar.
We get in trouble when we try to take those off the menu. They're the only fruit that's not local that we use. So we obviously don't grow many lemons in Oregon. a few hot house ones, but they're really, really tangy lemon bars that are made with a ton of lemon zest. And we have some Earl Grey shortbread. We always try to have a classic Scottish style shortbread, the sandier style, and this is made with local Foxfire Earl Grey tea.
And finally, but not last and not least,
bacci. Those are also known as bacci di dama. They're a northern Italian cookie that's made. We make ours with Freddy Guy's hazelnuts.
And the final, the finale?
Ginger molasses chews this time of year they're just super spicy, packed with 3 kinds of ginger, and it's great as the weather cools down to have something that feels really warm in your belly.
This is the kind of thing that you want to come and maybe get a little assortment of every one of these cookies.
You got it, and people do. So we usually have 13 types, and we sell them by the baker's dozen.
Great. Two Tarts Bakery. These cookies make me feel like I can fly.
Yeah. Also a quote from a customer.
I bet you have some really big fans. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Great to meet you.
Thanks, Vanessa. Good to meet you too.